It may be what do we have here? Pride, greed, wrath, envy, lust, gluttony, sloth. Those are the 7 deadly sins according to the Catholic Church. Now, that doesn't necessarily mean according to God. It doesn't necessarily mean according to Jesus. According to the Catholic Church, those are the 7 deadly sins, right? Well, I'm sure God's not too happy with most of those. All right. The subject of this is one of the recruiting methods to get you into the Illuminati, Luciferian Brotherhood deal, okay? What they like to do is they're very smart and they know to work on your lust for fame, your lust for money and fame, and just wanting everyone to know who you are and just want to make it. That's why they're based, a lot of this is in Los Angeles. That's where people that are wanting to make it as movie stars out in the music industry. The latest one now is content creators. Believe it or not, Hollywood's losing its cool, man. People are not going to the movies as much. Things are just people are onto them. They're people are like, man, those they suck. Hollywood's losing its thing like it used to be. Okay, now they're doing this and approaching content creators. Believe it or not, and this is how they do it. If it's with any of them, this is how they've been doing this for a very long time. It's very big in Los Angeles. It also happens in Portland. It happens in Boston. It happens in a lot of places. Okay, Miami on that Star Island, it happens. These are big, huge mansions with these wealthy elites that they have. Okay, now what's going to happen is usually it's someone that's got some amount of talent, right? Maybe they're just starting out. Maybe they've already made it a little bit. They've got a little taste of it, right? What they'll do is then they'll send people out to insert themselves to meet them or just to talk to them or whatever, right? They already know who this person is and what they're all about. They know where they live. They know everything about them. They've looked into it. Then they go and tempt them. They're like, well, they talk to them, get to know them about it, and see just how bad they want it, just how bad they want to make it, and whatever it is. It could be music. It could be wanting to go be an actor or an actress. It could be, like I said, we're going to focus on these content creators. I need to move it along here. This is going to be a part 2. They approach them and they're like, they, see what they want, and then all of a sudden, these people will get an invitation in the mail. Right? This other person's talking about, well, you could make it in here. Just you got to you meet certain people and do certain things and go to certain parties and stuff. All of a sudden, this person, well, now, unbeknownst to them, they were just talking to this person about it. Gets a beautiful invitation in the mail, most elegant, crazy, beautiful looking invitation that says, come to this party, whatever, on this address, and all your dreams can come true in this one night. Everything you've ever wanted can be made possible. Shit like that. And it's a very elegant, and you're like, wow. And you know that this person was talking about these parties and how you can make it there and how you can meet people and how you can, that's how you learn how to network and you go to these parties and shit, right? Very wealthy, big. And then you see the address where you go and it's like, holy shit, man. It's a wealthy area, big, huge mansion, right? But it says, be there at this certain time and you have to be there. Don't be a minute late. They have security out there because there'll be a line formed out in front of the mansion for all the people that are coming, right? And they'll have security out there like a couple of minutes before. Say it's 7 o'clock, you got to be there. By 8 o'clock is like a common one. 8 o'clock tells you don't be a minute late. Don't mess up your chances to have everything you've ever wanted, right? By 7:59, they got people out there, and if you are walking up the way, and 8 o'clock or whatever time comes, the security says, nope, you lost your chance, man. Bye. Go. You must be on time for it. So most people they're all lined up with their invitations, okay? And you see in line now all these famous people that you see in movies, musicians, all these famous people of that are on TV, everything, and you're like, wow, man. And they're all lined up. Now they all have invitations, but they're invited just to be people to make the party. It's the new people, and you have different invitations when it's new. It's your first time, right? So you're lined up. They check everyone in. They take your phone, of course. You sign NDAs. You absolutely sign an NDA that says if you say anything that happened in this motherfucker to anyone else, I can sue you for X number. And then they're serious about that shit. Whatever stays in this party stays in this fucking party. All right. So now you've got all these people that are already in it, famous people that you see that are there for the party. And everyone's let in then. They get your invitation, they put your phone up. They lock it in a thing like or something. You get your own key, or only you can have it. No one's gonna fuck with your phone. All right, and then you're mingling the party. Everyone's given a mask, or you're asked to bring one, or they give you one, and they give you a name, like some weird nickname, like Starfish or Angel Dust or whatever, and a little crazy mask, like, or you're asked to bring one. Everyone has to keep their mask on and they're around the party, but you can tell who people are and by their voice and famous people and looking at you and all this shit. Okay, so then everyone will just kind of be these are big, huge mansions. Then a clock will strike. Okay, now today it's based on the 7 deadly sins, but usually, like I said, it starts around 8 o'clock. Okay, everyone then will be sent into this one room. Now it will be usually they don't usually use like sloth or envy much, right? So it's going to be 4 or 5 of them, depending. They started because at midnight, then this shit's over with, and then it gets serious. First part's a party, okay? Say the first one is Pride. The room will be yellow. All the furnishings and all the shit will be in yellow, and they will be doing the limbo. They're going to play the music, and all these movie stars and all this shit are going to be playing the limbo, and they're all having fun with it and all this shit until someone wins or whatever, lowest they can go. That's how they do it. They do the limbo. That covers Pride, okay? Then a big clock and there's a host. Whoever owns the house usually is the host, all right? Then the clock's going to go, the big chime and all this shit. You're going to move into another room. There's going to be another one. It's either going to be usually greed, lust, gluttony, wrath, or only there's 3 more, right? Say you go into greed. In there, they're going to have set up, and it's going to be, I think it's usually all green in there for greed. Yeah, it's green, I think, in there. The Pride's yellow with the limbo. It's green in there, right, for money. And they're either going to have a roulette table set up or craps. And they're going to have a new person that's playing. Everyone's around cheering and going because usually they rig it to where they're going to keep winning and doing well and keep doing great and winning because it's greed. And everyone's cheering them on. It's a new person, right? Depends on, I don't know how many new people are going to be. That depends. And then there's a whole bunch of people that are going to be there to watch and everything. Okay, then after that, whatever time they want to do, an hour usually, then it's going to chime and they go into the next room. If it's lust, everything in there is blue, different shades of blue, little couches, beds. You can get on a bed or couch, and they got things you can pull over for privacy, or just do what you want. People are in there making out, oral sex, doing all these things. Or some people are just talking, and then some people are going to just walk up to you and just rub on you and flirt with you and talk shit to you. It's all about lust in there, and anything goes as far as that you want to do. Okay, remember, everything has to stay at the party. Then when that ends, the clock chimes, and then they move on to another room. That could be wrath or gluttony. Gluttony is going to be, they've got all this food out on all these tables, the most beautiful seafood, all these good meats, the Brazilian dude cutting the meats, all the wines and spirits you can think of, all the food and seafood and all the best shit everywhere, all over the place. These people are filthy rich. But it's gluttony. So they're running around picking it up, eating it and throwing it and wasting all the caviar everywhere, just eating it like animals and throwing it down, and they don't care. Big mess everywhere. So they do gluttony. And then maybe that's it, or they maybe have one more. If it's wrath, that's another one they do where it's all red. And they'll go in there and they'll be talking shit to each other. They talk mean stuff to each other, and they whisper in each other's ears and talk about other people and tell each other secrets and say dirt. cuss them up and down dirty and shit. Do all this just while you're in wrath. Okay, well, I got to get to this part. Then you get to the last room at midnight. Now it's time. All the people that are already initiated and are part of it, they go into the next room. All the new people step up to the host. On the thing, he's got the Holy Bible. He's got the Torah, the Talmud. He's got the Bhagavad Gita for the Hindu. He's got the Quran. He's got all the religious texts out, right? You walk up there, they say, which one is yours? You tell them which one is yours. They put this, some kind of medallion or something on it. You raise your hand, you do an oath, and it says, I bow to no one. I am my own God. And after that, then you walk into the next room. They go through all the new people. If anyone ever refuses at that point and says, I'm not doing that, I'm not doing that, then the rest of the people, well, they'll still be, I'm sorry, the new people will still be in there. The old people, I'm sorry. They'll still be in there. Because if anyone doesn't do it, then they say, okay, that's fine. Security comes, they're going to get them their phone and get them out of there. And everyone's chanting, remove the profane. The price has not been paid. The price has not been paid. Remove the profane. Some shit like that. And then they get them out of there. They have a driver take them home. They know their address and they give them their cell phone back. And of course they know, don't mention it ever. They never saw what happens in the room. Once they get everyone through that process, then that's the new people, usually just a handful or less. Then these new people don't know what's happening, what they have to do to get everything they ever wanted. When they walk in there, there's going to be altars for each one of them with children on them, toddlers or infants, drugged now. At least they drugged them now. And people that are standing there. Everyone else is masked, standing back and watching. Then people come out and they film them and they tell them what they have to do to this child. They may have to actually have intercourse with it, do whatever. They got to do whatever to these infants and toddlers. They skin them alive sometimes. They pour acid on them. They do whatever they're told to do. And they have to do it now once they're in there. You have to do it. Now that you've made it this far and you see, you have to do it, or they tell you, we will take you and lock you up, and next you will be on the slab next. Not for this kind of thing because you're an adult. They tell you that once you get that far. But once you do it, once you do this, and they have video of it, now you're in. And you have to understand, everyone else that's there that's viewing it, of these famous people and shit, they've all been through this. Every single one have been through this. You have to do this. You have to do a defilement ritual. Julia Roberts, Jennifer Aniston, John Travolta, Ben Affleck, Jennifer Garner. She comes from a family of them. Hers is generational, though. That's something different. They've all done this. And then sometimes they're called back to do more. I have to end here. Next, we'll talk about the grand dinner, when you get the invitation to the most grand dinner of all, and you're the guest of honor. I'll see you in the next video.